Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be guiding you guys on how to play a new game on Roblox that is quickly becoming popular called Absolvement. So this game is a roguelike dungeon game. So basically, you're gonna spawn in and you're gonna get to choose your character. You guys already know, I already played this game before uh, for 3 hours. Here's my character. Basically, you guys get to pick your character, get to pick a slot. So let's say I pick this slot, right? And I'm going to create a character. I'm just going to create a random character. Pick a random weapon, like this random skill. The skill that I recommend everyone to choose is Ice Clone or Distract. But Ice Clone is the best skill I've known because it creates a clone of yourself. And when you get the ability to basically mobilize that clone, it'll fight for you with different kinds of weapons and it'll explode upon impact, right? It's very, very useful. But when you have to choose your sin, so these are basically debuffs that you have to choose. When you're choosing a debuff, I recommend you choose Pride. So Pride is, all forms of support spells and heals are now 25% less effective to you, which doesn't really matter if you get a sort of heal spell yourself, or when you use potions playing solo or with a team, you can still use potions, right? So it doesn't really affect your gameplay that much. But with these other sins here, greed, every time you're now forced to select the highest rarity from potential selections to prevent your greed from turning dire. Every time you refuse to do so, your greed inflicts a permanent stacking debuff, decreasing your total damage and total armor by 2%. Right? So basically, it's a really bad debuff, and I'd recommend everyone who's new to this game to choose Pride. Yeah. So once you've got all that sorted out, you're gonna spawn into the lobby here, and once you're in the lobby, you're gonna notice right away there are three types of currencies. The first one are void fragments, the second one are soul fragments, and the last one is gold. So I'm gonna explain what each one does here. You're gonna see this guy right here. This guy's the merchant. So he's going to ask you your questions, and you're gonna see what he wants to sell you. You can change your appearance. So yeah, this is for if you want to change your appearance. But otherwise, let's go back to this guy here. This guy is basically not very important. All he does is give you skins. So yeah, you see, void fragments are used to buy outfits, skins basically for your character, emotes, lanterns, whatnot. Yeah, to get void fragments, obviously you're gonna have to pay Robux. It's all cosmetic. Yeah, can you see what's in stock? Yeah, it's just gonna open the vanity stock. So basically, what soul fragments are here. This is the soul tree. The soul tree gives you permanent buffs to your character by giving soul points, and to obtain a soul point, you're going to have to use 500 soul fragments. And how you get soul fragments is actually very interesting. Since I haven't played this game like a lot, I've only been playing for 3 hours in total, so I'm not entirely sure on the whole way on calculating how many soul fragments you get, but essentially, whenever you make a character, you have 3 lives. You only have 3 lives. And when you die 3 times, when your character gets killed 3 times in the dungeons, you will lose this character permanently. You will get this character wiped permanently. And what I've seen is the longer your character survives, and the more soul fragments you'll get. So let's say I get a character up to level 10, level 12, and that character, I purposely let that character die. I'll get around 300 to 400, maybe 500 soul fragments. I'm not very sure on that, but I'm just estimating, right? So yeah, if you don't want to lose your character, if you want to grind a character like full on, just grind everything, right? You can make different characters. You can grind for soul fragments, and you can max out your tree. Yeah, basically, when you don't want your character to die, when you don't want to get wiped, whenever you're about to die, you will leave the game. And when you leave the game, it will contain all of your buffs, everything the same, and it'll just keep your character status alive, right? So, okay, how you get into a dungeon is here. You see, you can get into a dungeon using this. There are difficulty levels depending on the level you are, right? So if you want more information, basic information that I haven't been able to cover, you can just go ask this guy. Yeah, basically there you can also go to the main town here, over here, and there will be a blacksmith and there will be a merchant there for you. But anyways, let's go into a game and I'll show you guys how to play this game, like how you actually play this game. Basically, we have this dungeon, right? Let's just start this, and you'll find the door. This is like a ladder, but I mean, you get the gist. You find this, you find a door, and you find enemies. Like right now, you can see on the map, I can see the enemies already. You find an enemy, you fight him. Bam, bam, bam. You guys can also press right mouse button or R to do that special move I just did right there. And once you've found all the enemies in this room or on this floor here, let's just find the enemy. Oh, he's a floor above. But once you've found all the enemies and you've actually fought them, yeah, see, now this is going up here, and I want you to interact with it. And once you interact with it, you will have an option to choose from these buffs. So this will give you 4% effectiveness buff in the selected element. So basically, you have a lot of different elements, and each special ability will have a element corresponding to it. So essentially, what you're doing is you're just stacking these buffs infinitely into your character until you get stronger to challenge the next difficulty onwards, and onwards. And yeah, this is a great example. This is what is called a event. So when you go into this event, you will be met with this. These little chambers will either give you buffs, challenges, or some other kind of rewards, right? So yeah, I got pushed out of this chest here, and now I can't grab this one. Basically, it's just gave me nothing. That's unlucky, but it's fine. Usually you'll get a bunch of different items in that chest, but I guess I'm just unlucky, so that's fine. Now, let's go back down here, and you'll have another door here. And the more enemies you clear, the more enemies you kill and you clear, the more buffs you get. The more buffs you get, the stronger you get. And yeah, it's basically just like that. And you're just gonna want to keep farming like this until you're strong enough to challenge the boss yourself. Or if you have friends, I recommend you play with friends, because playing with friends will greatly help you. Like, I mean a lot. Greatly help you. So much. Yeah. Basically, let's just kill this guy, and you see I already have a fragment. It's usually just 1 to 2 enemies. I'll get that detonator thing because it's very, very helpful. There is something else. Okay, so potentials are basically the abilities that you've collected. Stats, you can see your stats here. You can stack, there will be bonus stats down here once you unlock them. But basically, this tab here are crystals. These are other loot. I don't remember what this is, but basically, these are called crystals. So what crystals are there little potions that will help you get a new ability by essentially just you'll use a crystal bottle, and that crystal bottle will give you either a common, uncommon, rare, or legendary ability, right? So these abilities will help you a lot. A legendary ability is like the one that I mentioned before, is the one that helps your clones become movable, like mobile, and you know, will basically help you improve a lot. But yeah, if any of you have any more questions, maybe you are more confused, I'll just you guys are just gonna have to ask me in the comments. Right now, I'll switch over to my other account, and I'll show you guys the account here. So yeah, I have a lot of potentials. My stats are 30% frost damage, 2% life leech, 2% lightning damage, 4% physical damage, 18% shadow damage, and I have 445 HP. So these are the weapons that I have. I have Frostwake Spear, Ithorkiss, Drownside. These are legendaries, these are epics, these are rares, these are uncommons, and these are commons. So if this weapon by far is the best one I've ever used. If you guys are able to come across this, please choose it. Its abilities are, if you press R, it'll give you a shield that'll give you 7 iframes. So basically making you untouchable to bosses and to other enemies. It's very useful. And yeah, basically that's it. If you guys have any more questions, yes, these are disease crystals, crack crystals, frost crystals, arcane crystals. You can use them to get more abilities, but right now there are no skills for a crystal with this rarity. Basically, some of the crystals will not have an ability, like a common ability for the crystal corresponding. So most of it will be either uncommon or not, or whatever. You know, see gouge, decay, that. Basically, I have a lot of abilities, and all of these are from the crystals. So they're very important. If you have it, check in your inventory, use it. Yeah. Basically, I hope you guys enjoy the game as much as I do. And, if you guys have any questions, please do make sure to leave them in the comments.